This is using Bollinger Bands to join an uptrend. What I have for you is 3 examples. I have 2 failed examples and 1 green money example. The most important thing that we're going to go over is really just identifying that this trade is based upon price moving from a phase of sideways to a phase of trending. And the strategy is designed to take advantage of that natural movement, because that's what normally happens. You normally have price move sideways like we see here. And then after a period of moving sideways, price starts to trend like we see what's happening right after it, right? So you have sideways, 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 and price starts to trend. And it's not a perfect trend. It doesn't hold the green line the whole way, but pretty much it's consistently moving higher once you start from this point here, right? So let's look at example number 1, which is this failed trade that didn't work. So what happened is, step 1, you want to look for price to be trading in between the Bollinger Bands, which is what we have here. This upper green line is the upper Bollinger Band. This lower red line is the lower Bollinger Band. So we have candles trading in between those. So step 1 requirements are filled. Look for price to be trading in between the Bollinger Bands. Then step 2, you want to wait for price to close above the upper Bollinger Band, above the green line, and that's what we have. Step 3, you'll put a stop loss below the entry candle, which is the candle from July the 6th, and then you wait to see if price moves higher in your favor. Now, step 4, we got stopped out. So we didn't get a chance to reach target because target was, it never got there, went against us right away. Okay, so that's a failed trade. So what basically happened here was that we got an entry signal, but price wasn't all the way ready to completely trend. So it continued to go sideways for a while. Now, you could say, hey, every time that price closes above this upper green line, I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. However, I would caution you to make sure that you have at minimum, I said 2 with an instruction guide, but at minimum 1 candle trading under or in between the Bollinger Bands before you get involved, okay? And we'll see that type of setup in the next example. So right here, you have step 1, look for price to be trading in between the Bollinger Bands. That's what we have. 1, 2, 3 candles trading in between the green line and the red line. Step 2, wait for price to close above the upper Bollinger Band, which we have right here. All right, step 3, put a stop loss underneath that entry candle. All right, now what happens next? What happens next is we had the next candle trade below our entry candle, and so we immediately got stopped out again. So the same thing that happened here. All right, the very next candle stopped us out. Boom, the very next candle stopped us out. But it was a small loss, not a big one. That's okay. However, we let this candle go ahead and completely run, right? And we can see that primarily it really traded underneath or in between, underneath the green line or in between the green line and the red line, this candle here from July 30th. Now, on July 31st, we got another signal, okay? Nice and clean. Price closed above the upper Bollinger Band. All right, so let's go ahead and start here with step 1. Step 1, did you have a candle prior to this trade in between the Bollinger Bands, the green line and the red line? Yes, that's the candle from July 30th. Step 2, did you have a candle close above the green Bollinger Band or the upper Bollinger Band? Yes, we did. All right, that's step 2. Step 3, we put the stop loss below this candle. And then step 4, we allowed it to trend. All right, now in this particular case, we got in at 326.50, 326.52, and we didn't get out of this trade until price closed underneath the upper Bollinger Band here at 345. Okay, so that's a nice 20 points that we were able to ride this trade, or basically ride it from July 31st all the way up until September 3rd. So real clean, real nice and simple. All right, you can see the money sign here. That's where we got paid. All right, and here's again the entry of where we first got in. Hopefully this example made sense, and we'll go ahead and cover the reverse in using Bollinger Bands to join downtrends next.